Hello there, Goshen Lane 4th and 5th graders. I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. I'm so sorry that I am now just uploading our video for the day. Lots of Google Hangouts. I'm in our classroom, of course, today, doing some work here, putting some things together. So I want to apologize that this video is coming out a little late today. And today's going to be kind of a catch-all day. Just reviewing some things that we've talked about throughout the school year, and then we're going to end with the story. So I can't believe it's already Thursday. Hope you guys are having a great week. It's been so good to see you guys. The kids for the West, kids that are going to West Middle School have had some Google Hangouts with those teachers. Those have went great. Now East kids, I just sent emails to the East teachers, so we're going to set that up right now. I'm going to be sending out emails to your parents here very soon about that. So super excited for those guys. And my 4th graders, you guys are getting ready to be 5th graders, to be the oldest in the school, to be leaders in my classroom for next year. So I'm so excited about that. So let's finish strong here, and really just give it to me your all. Give me your all here at the end of this school year, okay? So what we're going to talk about first is we're just going to talk about time. This is something that some of us have mastered throughout the year, and I just wanted to review it. Some of us are still working on it. I just really wanted to take some time to think about it because it was something that I haven't really assigned a whole lot of over during distance learning because a lot of you guys have done a great job with it. So we have, of course, a shorthand and we have a longhand. Our shorthand is the red one and our longhand's our blue one, right? So as we're looking at these, it's kind of tricky. As we're looking at this, we know our shorthand is always going to point to the hour. So right now, I always tell you guys, if it's not 1 until it passes 1, until it's right at it or it passes it. So we go 12, 12, 12. Now it's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4, 4, 4, once it hits 4, 5. Okay? So once it hits that number or passes it, that's going to be the hour. And then we always know that our longhand is our minutes. There's 60 minutes in an hour. So for this to go all the way to the 6, this hand has to go all the way around 60 minutes. And we count by fives. We can count by 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, or we can count by ones all the way around. If it would stop in the middle, it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there, 6, 7. So we can count all the way up to 60. Each dash, there's 60 dashes around, but a lot of people, to make it even easier, we count by fives, okay? And if it's in between, we know that would be 15 at the 3, because we get 5, 10, 15, and then say it's right in the middle, 16, 17, 18. So we would say, oh, Mr. Shrake, that's easy. That's 5:18, right? So shorthand is hours. Longhand is minutes. There's 24 hours in a day, 12 hours in the AM, 12 hours in the PM, and then there's 60 minutes in each hour. So it has to go all the way around for this to go there, okay? So that was just a little review for our time. Make sure you guys are looking at clocks. I mean, a lot of times our phones today just have the time right on it, but it's very important. See, it's like 1:35 right now. Our phones, our tablets, they always have that. But make sure if you ever see a clock like the one in our classroom, this one that I was just holding, if you ever have a clock like that, don't be afraid to say, oh, I can figure that out. I can count by fives. I can count by my ones. I can figure that out. Don't ever discourage yourself there. All right, and one other thing, a lot of you guys know this is something that we have in our classroom. I thought it would be a great thing for us to focus on because when we're reading numbers and telling answers that we got, it's very important for us to think about the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. That's where a lot of our problems are stopping. So we have thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. So I'm going to flip over a few, and we're just going to work on saying the numbers. So we would know that's just a 6. If we flip over something in the tens, we would say, oh, Mr. Shrake, that's 4 in the tens place, 6 in the ones place, that's 46. What if I flip over some in the hundreds? We know. We just say the number, 546. And what if I did thousands? Let's make sure we say it the right way. After 3 numbers, we always put a dash because that lets us know, okay, we're moving to the thousands. And this would be 2,546. Okay, let's do a few more of those. I'll give you some challenge ones. Change the numbers up on you a little bit, and we'll just work on going through that. Okay. Put a 0 there. Let's try check out. So we have 1,705, right? Because there's 0 in the tens place. 1,705. Let's do one more. Hopefully you guys are saying those with me, practicing those. Let's flip that over. Let's flip some of these over. This is just good practice. Oh, that's a tricky one. Let's do that. So now we have 7,471, right? And if we were to flip over this last section right here, we would just say, oh, 10,000s, 10,000. So we would just name the number, like 37,000, because that's our 10,000. We'd say 37,471, okay? But right there, stopping at thousands is pretty good because a lot of our math problems aren't going above and beyond 1,000 right now. They could be in your future, though. So far, we've reviewed time. We've reviewed our place values of ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and then even 10,000s. And now I just have a small book that you can sit back and relax, listen to. I want you guys to think about characters. I want you guys to think about the problem in the story. This is a story that has one main problem that kind of drives the whole story. I want you to think about, oh, what's that problem? How are they going to fix that problem? What's the solution going to be, right? What's that solution going to be? So this story is a story that we had right here in our room, and I said, you know what, that's a good story. That's a good story. And it is called When the Fly Flew In. And it looks like when he flew in to a person's house, or these animals' house. When the fly flew in. And it has a ... Let's see what happens. And the story is by Lisa Westberg Peters, and the pictures, or the illustrator, is Brad Sneed. Very important. Author writes the story, and the illustrator draws the beautiful pictures that we like to look at in our picture stories. Okay. So when the fly flew in. In a quiet room, a dreaming dog wagged his tail. A fuzzy cat snoozed. A plump hamster napped in a shoe, and a sleepy parakeet whistled on a bedpost. I can't clean my room, a child whispered to his mother. All the animals are sleeping. I'll clean it later. So we definitely have some characters being named. We have a dog, we have a hamster, a parakeet, a child, all kinds of animals. So I can't clean my room, I'll clean it later. I'm sure you guys use that one too. When a fly flew in, the dog opened an eye, wiggled a whisker, and then leaped up to catch it. You guys probably do that too. Look at the dog's face. You see a fly, you're like, I see something out of the corner of my eye. Let me try to get it. All right? Let me try to get it. So he hopped up to catch it. The fly turned left, and the dog's tail sent a dozen dinosaur toys sailing into the air. The fly turned right, and the dog's tail swept off a mountain of muddy pants and crusty socks. The fly turned in circles, and the dog's tail pushed off a pile of moldy apple cores and banana peels. But the fly was always one turn ahead of the dog. So it does sound like that room was really messy. He's got apple cores, banana peels, crusty socks, lots of dinosaur toys flying all around. Sounds like a dirty room. When the fly buzzed by the cat streaked after it. You know, cats are quick and sneaky. The fly zigged and the cat zigged. The fly zagged and the cat zagged. Zigzags. But the fly was always a zig or a zag ahead of the dust mop cat. Kind of looks defeated. And I think we have a pretty clear problem what's going on in the story, right? The problem is there's a fly. No one can catch it. That's a pretty clear problem here. Wonder what the solution's going to be. Wonder how they're going to fix that problem. When the fly stopped to nibble on a cookie crumb in the closet, that's a messy room, the hamster took notice. The hamster didn't care about flies, but he did care about cookies and cookie crumbs. Oh, look at that fly. Look at that picture. Ooh. Ugh. I'll give you heebie-jeebies. He shooed the fly away, and he ate the crumb in the closet. Then the raisin on the radio. Even the popcorn inside a party hat. But the fly always stayed one nibble ahead of the hamster. So no matter what, the fly was always one nibble ahead of him. One nibble ahead. When the fly zipped around the ceiling, the parakeet watched closely, because watching flies is a bird's business. But she couldn't watch any longer. Zoom! She swooped into a corner full of cobwebs. Zap! She flapped behind the curtains, thick with more spider webs. I don't know if they're ever going to solve this problem. The parakeet gobbled up the spiders and their webs, trailed her wings like kite strings. But the fly was always one web ahead of her. Lucky the fly doesn't get caught in one of those webs. That could happen, who knows? In a quiet room, a dog twitched his tail as he dreamed about flies. A cat curled up her coat and licked clean. A hamster settled down for a second nap. A weary parakeet fluffed her feathers. The fly flew out. And the room was clean because of the fly. So that's something that I didn't even notice as I was reading. All of those things that were laying around that were trash and were like crumbs and snacks and things like that, and the cobwebs up in the curtains and up in the ceiling. Look, the little boy had a messy room, right? Had a very messy room. And the animals, because they were chasing the fly around, it kind of seemed like they were making a bigger mess. But in the end, it actually made the room very, very clean. So what a cool little story. What a cool little story that was when the fly flew in. And eventually it flew out. And guess what? That kind of means sometimes flies will fly in. Sometimes you have to ignore them. You kind of swish them around. You could make more of a mess, or the room could be cleaned. And through that, the problem was solved, right? They went back to sleep. They ignored him. They're like, all right, I'm done chasing. I'm tired. I can't do it anymore. It eventually flew out, right? That's a cool little story. Short little story after reviewing a few different math things. I hope you guys all have a great, 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 great rest of your day. I do want to let you guys know that this Sunday is Mother's Day. I know you guys are all thankful. You guys all have great mothers. I want to say that, hey, today could be a day that you get a piece of paper out and you might have a little time to make mom a card, all right? Your parents do a lot for you, and I know I'm actually going to get to go see my mom this weekend. Make sure you're staying safe. Maybe make your mom a little Mother's Day card, say Happy Mother's Day, show them all the great spelling that you could do, write them a little message. I think that would be a great little activity after watching this video to make a little Mother's Day card. You guys, I am so excited for you guys to watch our cooking video for tomorrow. It's going to be a good one, a cool little snack, cheap little snack. And you guys have a great rest of your Thursday, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you guys soon.